All right.
I'm off to work.
So
You'll have a good one.
have a good one, sir.
The characters.
At the beginning of sessions, in particular with the Cosmere game, as far as getting into the headspace of the character and perhaps all of us or even yourself learning more about them, I like to do a little bit of a warm-up question for everybody. As far as the answering of, I like to go in order of the avatars I see on the bottom. So from my view, it is Loon, Valdis, Coxie, and then Naram. Sorry that, Joe, we get to jump on your back first. If anyone,
that's okay. I like talking, so it's fine.
Awesome. If anyone would like to, I just need a volunteer to roll a D100.
I can roll it.
Hooray.
Yay.
Below average.
So some of these are very specific. Some of them are fun. Some of them philosophical. So you'll see over the course of time, different stuff comes up. I like this one. This one is a little bit of a fun one to consider. What would be your character's theme song, favorite band, or favorite genre of music?
Oh god, I ask my PCs this all the time. I love this.
I would say loons would be like shanties, like anything that you can sing while drinking an ale or something like that, right?
Okay.
Anything that still sounds good while everybody's drunk.
So very lively, lighthearted, fun, inspired.
Yeah.
Everybody join in. Very cool. That's a good, as far as being of the leadership path. I like that too, as far as the inspired togetherness. Good for morale, keeping up positive attitudes and such. Very fitting.
Also beer, you know.
Also beer. Awesome. How about for Mr. Valdis?
So when it comes to goals, like things I want to do going forward?
No, this would be the warm-up question. What would be your character's theme song, favorite band, or favorite genre of music?
Ooh.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with favorite band.
Okay.
Depeche Mode.
I don't think I've
Depeche
heard of
Mode
them.
is a sweet band.
Well, I'm dating myself, and that's fair.
A little bit.
It is very much. If I had to classify it with all the different nuances that band genres have these days, I would call it emo grunge.
How do you spell it?
Depeche is D-E-P-H, or yeah, D-E-P-H-C-E, and then M-O-D-E.
Ah, yes.
Something
Okay,
like that.
I really
Yeah.
like music, so if I haven't heard of it, I want to listen to it. But yeah, so I found it on Spotify now. I'll listen to it later.
It's angsty. It's the world's dark, and I'm a soul candle. I don't know when my life's going to get snuffed out kind of vibe. And there's a little bit of it that's kind of whiny.
Yeah.
Just whiny in general.
So that parallels Valdis's tortured soul. Like, all the ladies above me were mean and cast me out, didn't consider me anything. Now I'm out on my own.
Not just the
trying to
ladies,
earn
like his
food and
entire
stuff.
family. The minute
Touche.
his sister came into the picture, it was just like, you don't exist, buddy.
Yeah,
He's like, fine, I'll just fucking
this
go.
is Coxie's like bestie right now.
Oh yeah, no. She has treated him like an actual person. He is so excited to know that people like her exist. He's like, great,
Yeah.
maybe there's hope in the future that I could, like, things could happen. Life doesn't completely suck. And you're like, are you trying to date her? No, but she actually treated me like I had purpose or a reason to exist and not a stepping stone for my sister or my mom.
And how
Very
funny
fair.
that you find that kinship with such an outsider, not just like a human from another nation, but a Parshman.
Yeah,
That
Have you ever
is
heard?
its own
she
thing.
paid up front. It was weird.
Have you ever heard of the band called Ludo? Ludo.
I have not.
I have not. I only know
Uh,
Ludo from Star vs. the Forces of Evil.
um, so they don't they had I think one or two albums. They weren't super popular or anything like that, but they have this like really weird vibe. One of their songs is called "Love Me Dead," and it's a song that he's singing about a woman who is equal parts amazing and equal parts terrible, and it's um, almost like gross in some areas.
Oh, okay.
But
Thank you for the
um,
disclaimer.
yes, but and then there's other songs where it's songs about him being just like a weird, creepy person, just in general, and it's just sort of this like I don't know, it's a it's a weird vibe that's sort of like down on yourself, self-deprecating kind of stuff, and that's kind of what it reminded me of when you were describing that.
I
So
could
I
see that,
always
sure.
thought that Ludo was the name of the beast creature thing in Labyrinth. Smells
Yes.
bad.
Yes. That's the
Yeah,
first thought that crossed my mind too. And he's like, "Have you heard of Ludo?" And I'm like, "It's probably
Uh,
not a labyrinth thing." I'm gonna go with no.
uh,
Ludo's also the villain in Star vs. the Force of Evil, which is why I
Mm.
thought of that.
okay.
Wash's actor is the voice actor for that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Our good friend Alan Tudyk.
Yes,
I love Alan Tudyk.
he's great.
The man never
Same.
plays an actual human.
No, he does
He's
not.
every
He's
robot
good at it.
And chicken.
and chicken.
Yeah.
Uh, all right. So for Coxie, what do you think about theme song or favorite band or genre?
So I think I'll do a combo of like things that I, the player, like and what Coxie would like. So singers are very. If you know, I mentioned that she'd be speaking to rhythms, but you guys don't know what they are.
Right.
So
Yeah.
she's very musical. Um, I just figure most humans won't realize what rhythm she's speaking in, so it doesn't really matter at the time. So I'm going to choose, because I like musicals, I'll be here from Ordinary Days, which is basically a woman, like, basically confronting her past and then going, like, well, I'll, like, take this into the future.
Hmm. Learn and embrace
What,
that which you
what
cannot
musical is it
change.
from?
It's from a musical called Ordinary Days. I really like it. It has basically four actors in it, and then like whenever they sing a duet or a like whatever the part or four part is, they like combine their like musical types.
Hmm. Interesting.
It's very good, but very like ordinary, which is the point of it, and about the beauty of finding the beauty within like your regular day. Which I like.
Hmm.
But for Coxie, it's all about like the past because that's what she's focused on, and maybe she should not be.
Fair enough. Well, there's a crazy future brewing on the
Yeah,
horizon for everybody. That's for sure. Um,
yeah.
there are a couple
She is not
musicals
aware of.
that I'm partial to. It's not my favorite genre by any means. Sometimes it's silly, but there are a couple that I'm partial to. I'll have to pick your brain out of game. Doctor
I
Horrible springs
a
to mind
hundred.
now because it has
Doctor Horrible.
like
I love
related
Doctor
nerd
Horrible.
people. Most of us probably
I'm a
are familiar with
I'm a
that.
musical person. I'm a musical person. I have season tickets to like our local theater. So
Oh
like
wow.
anytime they sing, I like it. But I would love to hear what you like in later time.
Yeah, mostly Beatles stuff. All right. So
That's fair. Yellow
Yeah,
for
I
Submarine.
liked Across the Universe. That was pretty good.
amazing the visuals and the song
Have you,
Yeah.
renditions. Holy
have you
Yeah.
cow.
seen the OG? Have you seen the OG Yellow Submarine, which is my favorite movie of all time?
Uh-uh.
So it's the
They do
cartoon is amazing.
they do watercolor illustrations because this is before the time like regular illustrations was normal. So it's literally watercolors to
Yeah,
the
it's
music of Yellow
fun.
Submarine.
blue meanies
That's
and
awesome.
stuff. It's a visual musical acid trip. To be fair,
It is.
I
they
think
parody it in Dewey Cox, which is awesome.
Mhm.
nice.
Yeah.
And also too, even more old school with Beatles stuff. The Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band movie.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
It is weird,
I
but
haven't
yeah,
seen
it
that one either.
features song renditions by the main characters are the Bee Gees and Peter Frampton. It has a song by Alice Cooper. Steve Martin, the comedy actor, does one. George Burns does one. Anyway, I digress. Mr. Naram, what have you got for theme music, favorite band, favorite genre?
Naram likes to study what's most popular, because then he can talk about that with other people.
Oh, okay. So very hip to things. So he would be fully aware of like the latest Taylor Swift just as much as like
Just like that.
the
Yep.
who are the anime, the trio of girls, like that's pretty popular, the K-pop Demon Hunters, I think.
Oh,
Yes.
K-pop
Yeah.
Demon Hunters. They're excellent.
Yeah.
Great
Things
movie.
like that. I'm not familiar. I've only seen them referenced, but I know it's a big deal in pop culture. Very cool.
Yeah, he
I
sees
used
music more as something to connect to other people with than to enjoy.
That is very smart as a diplomat, being able to fit in and share common interests
I
and
was gonna
stuff,
say
find that common ground to bond with somebody before talks get heated into more contentious topics, as it were.
how
Mhm.
aces of you.
Yes.
Yes.
He's gotta be up on the cultural zeitgeist and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Oh, that's fantastic. All right. Well, that's one of my favorite background question things. I love music, so that's something I could talk about all day, but that is not what we are here for. So, as a course of normalcy, this, of course, is you guys know, but for Adam, who is new, I'd like to start things off before we get into the nitty gritty by going through a recap of our last session. It has been a little while since we last met, so I will start off with, as far as there was things and stuff going on, I think we had actually kicked things off with our last session. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it the fight at the wagon that was stuck?
It was the fight at the wagon. Yes.
Yes. We were
Because
finishing
the
that
session
part up.
before we had cliffhangered, fade to black.
As the bandits were starting to show up.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And then we kind of curb
Because
stomped those bandits.
when a friend asks for help, you help them.
Yeah.
You guys curb stomped the bandits, Coxie, try to hide, and they got shot in the belly, and then was like, never mind.
It's
It was a
fine. The
pretty
distraction
vicious
was
arrow
very
shot.
useful.
He was like, this is scary, guys. Never mind, I don't like to fight.
Like mistakes were made.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, luckily, in aiding the Chol in righting itself, being stuck in the creme, the Valdis and Loon kind of picked up on their presence, were able to move quick, dispatch them before they could even come down and ambush. They charged forward to meet
100%.
them. They were very swiftly taken out. Then, of course, the merchants, Rebin, his daughter Hana, saved from almost certain peril. Wagon was unstuck, and the party was able to return to the caravan.
And then we started to investigate the nobleman's camp to the north,
Yes.
where someone was, and I don't remember who, they were able to make a discovery that a figure potentially divine in nature, and I know I'm oversimplifying that because I don't know the series very well, but some purported aspect of fate had shown up in an individual that they had locked up and said, no, he can't be real, he's crazy. But
Yeah,
from what Coxie can tell, it's very real.
Oh yeah. So
We
the
described it to you guys as like an acolyte of Jesus claimed to be real, and then Coxie was like, "Well, I would like the Lethy not to have this weapon, apparently. So if we could get away from them, that's good."
oh yeah. Here at the Covenant Stone Crossroads, yes, it is a caravan belonging to House Colon. A lot of soldiers around. There was a coach that harbored the mysterious individual, also a locked wagon that was protected. And what had come through eventually, peering into the wagon, there was a man um, who was repeating a mantra over and over again. Let's see if I can track that down and paste it into the.
It might be in the Discord chat
It was in
already.
the it was in the
Oh, it
Discord.
definitely is. I was just going to repost it so that
We've
it's
just done a
fresh.
lot
We
of
can
talking
avoid
in the
the
Discord,
scrolling.
Yeah, then there was all those tests about personality traits and stuff.
which were
Yeah.
fantastic.
Should I be seeing more than blackness on Roll20?
Technically, yes, because the token that I put on the battlefield, I forgot to give vision. So there you go.
Oh, thanks.
Ah,
The blind
um,
have been healed.
Forgot to
yes.
open my eyes, guys. It's fixed now.
Luckily, your God is
If
a
all things do that
benevolent
something.
God.
And listens to you.
Um, just trying to find the. There
Was
it
that
is.
supposed to be a Transformers transformation sound? Because that's what I heard.
That's where I got it. You're
It did sound
the
like
first
that.
one to catch on to that. Yeah, usually, yeah, I make funny noises and stuff on the side. Um, so here in the Discord chat, and pardon the copy paste, things are a little bit scattered. It's kind of a repeated mantra that was being spoken by the one inside the coach. It has been whispered throughout the caravan that the crazy person in tow claims to be a herald. And also, those claims are blasphemous and the mark of insanity. So he's been covered up. In particular, one of the guards named Borden was a little bit rude, had kind of spat at him when people were peering in there. LR, another of the guards, who appears to be the authority here amongst the House Colon caravan, had come over, told him to back off, settle down. And that little investigation and such was brought back to the group, which had been kind of hanging out on the side in between the two caravan camps. Alaya, the scholar, and Spearman Varda, both who've been with a couple of the party members since the bridge collapse, along with the monk Tazo, who is under Valdis's care / protection. They went over to share the information there. I don't want to take away from opportunity if anybody wants to contribute further into the recap, getting that sweet free inspiration.
I think the rest of the recap is pretty simple of like Tazo, the guy that is paying Valdis, and therefore we're all kind of just hoping he survives, ran off into the high storm that's coming.
Indeed.
And we're all
So,
just like, my dude, you're crazy.
so he had revealed that his true purpose and that of the group that had accompanied him, his group had been beset upon by bandits who had carried a specific glyph painted on their face. He was the last survivor, and that is what inspired him to hire Valdis for his protection. He reveals that what they're seeking is an artifact known as an honor blade. He is a member of a group of monks of Shinovar who practice with those blades. They're preparing for the coming of another desolation. And it was his task, well, that and his group, to go out and find the missing honor blade that belonged to Talon. Once you guys had come back, shared what you had learned and overheard, there was a whistle, there was a commotion in the north. Bandits had been taken out, but there was a figure who disappeared beyond. And upon hearing that, Tazo said, "They have the honor blade. I don't know how they did it, but they have the blade." And he just took off with the high storm approaching right on the edge of the crossroads here. So he took off outside of the camp. The others followed, Loon and Valdis and Coxie. Now, it is from the wagon where we see Naram's token there. You would have had the opportunity to not only observe that sudden dash to the north, but you will have been with the Colon caravan long enough to hear these rumors, to hear opinions of people there. So you'd be aware that there is a significant person being transported back to the war camps. You would be familiar with some of the dispositions of the soldiers. But you also would have had an opportunity perhaps to overhear some of those conversations carried by echoes of the cliffside. If you are astute and paying attention to these very fascinating newcomers who have arrived here, not technically members of either camp, and would have been aware of them rushing by. What is your take? What is your response?
A shin? An honor blade? They're running out into a high storm, and he opens up his pocket. He checks it. There's some sort of fabrial-looking device. He puts it back in. The high storm shouldn't be here for another couple hours. It's not safe out there. I best get them back here.
All
I
right.
will try to pursue. See you later, LR. Aborden. Don't lock the doors till I'm back.
So, in following after the party got far enough to see that as the high storm, like the storm wall itself stretches thousands of miles, all directions, swallowing the hills, rushing toward, hitting the stone cliffs here at an angle. Rain starts to rattle the ground, very loud. Um, in 1 second, Tazo is visible, a silhouette in the distance, using the cliff wall to keep steady. And then, in the next moment, he is gone, engulfed in the darkness beyond. When the storm wall hits, the water is icy cold, the choking debris clouds pummeling down. The winds sometimes are strong enough to lift a person, even with the protective cliff wall. Very nearby, boulder lands, very close by, crashes. As you are making your way, struggling amidst the fury of the storm, can I please get a roll from everyone? What would be appropriate here?
It's like survival or
I think it would be just a base. Let's see
Huevos.
here.
A good huevos roll.
Yeah, I think perception would be appropriate here.
I think I'm doing it right.
So you'll notice when you click onto the sheet, in the bottom left, it will open up with dice rolls. You can apply advantage to them when it calls for it, etc., etc.
I have something in my eye.
It is a stormy storm.
Okay. It's not good.
It's a very stormy storm.
So,
There's
Loon,
not supposed to be a storm here right now. I did the math, and it should be in a couple hours.
it appears that your math is a little bit inaccurate, as you're definitely being engulfed in the storm. Uh, Loon, because you are covering your eyes from the swirl of debris, the pounding of the rain, and such, you're really focusing on taking one step at a time, and your foot slips in the gravel. Then you realize, bumping against your feet is a rough stone, not much larger than a pebble, kind of circling around you. It begins to roll away from you, not in the natural slope of the landscape, but in the direction where Tazo was headed. As the stone is bouncing along the ground, sky is lighting up with lightning. It illuminates as you make your passage. Distantly, a few humanoid figures along the cliff wall. The stone appears to be heading straight in their direction. Loon, if you will, can I please get your insight?
Yes, absolutely. Let's see how insightful I am in the middle of this storm. I'm
Uh,
quite insightful.
You've seen that stone before.
I've seen that stone before.
In tense moments, the monk Tazo was known to absent-mindedly kind of pull out his pet rock, kind of caress it
Hold
with
it.
his thumb.
Did you say it was on the ground or in the air? Can I catch it?
It was on the ground, and it
Oh, okay.
appears to be moving in the direction of its own volition against the storm, against gravity and the natural slope of things. You
Oh,
absolutely can attempt to grab that.
I'm definitely going to follow it and attempt to grab it.
All right. Give me athletics.
You got it. That was the right word. Watch me roll a 1. Hey, there we go.
You're very adept. You have restored your footing, making progress along the cliff wall. The stone itself, strangely warm to the touch amongst all the cold that swirls around you, and you feel the tug as if pulled by an unseen force. It appears to be drawn in the direction again where Tazo had disappeared.
And I don't see Tazo anywhere.
You saw him disappear, but now, as you're making
In
your
that direction?
way, yes, in that direction, you start to see there are a few figures kind of coming into view, kind of silhouetted in the distance. They are humanoid. You'll be able to make out more details as you make your way closer.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go towards whichever way it's pulling. I assume if this is Tazo's and it's pulling, it's probably pulling towards Tazo, and Tazo's going to need some help. I'm all about helping.
So all of you can hear echoing out above the sound of the storm as you approach closer. Two voices ringing out. The first, rather sharp and upset. You said you wouldn't kill anymore. Second voice is lower and assured. It was necessary, Kiana. I foresaw he would lead others to us.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely rushing it as quickly as possible because that sounds like they're talking about they just killed the nice little man who couldn't hurt a fly because his arm was broken, and that sounds bad.
It also makes their prophecy true.
A tall, statuesque, golden-skinned Iriali man stands calmly in the storm, long green robes whipping in the wind. In his hands, held almost tenderly, a long, spike-shaped shard blade. This may be the first time that you have, with the exception of Valdis, have seen a shard blade. Beside him, there's a Reshi woman who looks upset. She has straight, jet black hair framing her round face, brown cloak, matching the muted browns, the surrounding hills. There's a third figure you recognize as an Alethi man with a shaved head, standing, armed with a sword. You can see that familiar green glyph that has been described by Tazo, adorning all three of their faces. And alas, as depicted in the image there, at their feet lies Tazo. He is groaning, clutching his side, where you see a dagger protruding, blood pouring down the rock, mixed with the rain. Loon, you feel that small stone, that pull gets stronger, really pushing and pulling you like you had a beast on a leash. We need to keep moving. Golden Skin's man's eyes flash, and then his head snaps in the direction of the oncomers. Veth, there's more. Deal with them.
Yeah, Loon, if he notices them, is going to shout at them. Does Loon notice that Tazo's dead? You said he does see that, right?
He's groaning and actually moving a little bit. You can see his non-broken arm is trying to reach, kind of pawing at the rock that he's laying on. While he does have a dagger in his side, it appears he's not quite all dead, sir.
Okay. Well, I'm going to shout obscenities at Veth. You there, creme face. Your prophecy came true, and you killed a man for nothing. What do you have to say for yourself?
I have nothing to say to the dead. And he takes a defensive stance, brandishing his blade, as the other two dash off into the storm beyond.
I think at this point in time, Loon is going to pull out his hammer, and then I would say swiftly but carefully start approaching Veth in some sort of fighting stance as well.
Why will it not load? From there, before you get too far close, we definitely want to get into initiative here. But I don't know why. Usually you can double click on a token with shift and open up their character sheet, but it's not letting me. There we go. Have to do it the long way. All right, so Naram / Adam, I don't know how familiar you are with the Cosmere system. The initiative is pretty unique to this system in that there's what is called a slow round and a fast round. The slow round X second, but gives
think I
free
got
actions.
the idea.
Yeah,
I
go
just need to know like how we do that.
Okay, yeah.
You
Digitally.
can say it.
Yeah, it's announced. There's not an actual roll. So when I add everybody into the turn thing here, I will just go down the list and ask everybody. Um, and again, it's not about favoritism or anything, just about where everybody appears in the Avatar order there. So, starting with a loon, would you like to be part of the fast turn or the slow turn?
Oh, I'm definitely going fast.
All right.
If preferably, I don't necessarily want to take up my entire movement to go fast, but if that is what it takes, then that is what it takes. But yeah, no, I want to attack as soon as possible.
All right. So, loon in the fast part of the round, and Valdis.
Um, if my plan was to go up to try to provide aid to Tazo, would that be a fast round thing or a slow round thing?
That would be kind of determined by how much you think you might need. The slow round acts later, but gives you 3 actions instead of 2. So if you think you might need to close the distance, assess, and then act, or something like that, you might want the extra action of the slow,
Then
plus
I'll go slow.
allowing Loon to go up there and distract the warrior head on.
No, I'm fine.
Might
Slow's
provide
fine.
that. All right. And for Coxie.
So for her, just to grab the shield from Tingle and protecting the high storm. So I would say fast turn because she's gonna kind of run up and then just hold up her shield to try to like protect Tazo or the others from any falling rocks, or I guess this random asshole.
All right. Random asshole protection applied. And Naram. If you choose the fast action, you get, or essentially the fast part of the order, you get 2 actions, which could
Yeah.
include movement, attacking, and etc. Slow will go
Yeah.
after everybody, but gives you 3.
Quick question. So, for instance, my steadfast challenge feature says to make a discipline test against an enemy I can influence. What's like the range or the mechanics of who I can influence? Is it like sight or?
You can all hear each other, so you could attempt to influence. You can see that Veth looks very serious and has just been commanded to eliminate everyone. So, free insight. It is unlikely that he can be talked down, just from your assessment of his demeanor, the situation you find yourself in. Plus, his allies just ran off with a shard blade, so it is a little bit tense. It is definitely adversarial, but you are welcome
the
to
feature
try, of course.
is one to use in combat, I believe. It's you can disorient them essentially if I succeed in a spiritual thing, and so that can be a status effect I can give them. So I think it should be a time I can do that. And I'd like to go really early in the fast round, if you guys don't mind, because I want to use Rousing Presence on Haloon here, who's about to go charging, to give him a buff.
Okay.
Okay.
That is definitely worth consideration. So, 3 of
you can go
you
first.
together in the fast part of the round. See, Veth is changing his pose to meet you, so he's going to be striding forward very resolutely. Amongst the 3 of you, if you would like for Naram to go first, between Coxie and Loon in this round, who will go next?
I think Loon will go next.
All right.
If that's okay with Coxie. Unless, I don't want to just say, like, oh, I'm going to go next or whatever, right? Like, so let me know if you had a plan.
No worries, because she's just providing defense.
Okay, cool. Yeah, then I'll go
All
next.
right. Excellent. Well then, Naram, it is your turn first to act in the order. Welcome to the group. Welcome to the field. Let's see what you got.
Yes. Naram will turn to this stranger that looks eager to run forth and mete out justice against what seems to be wild murder. And Aram will say to Loon, "The storm will bless you. Your foes cannot stand. And you now, if you next time you fail a test, you're determined, Loon. And so if you fail an attack roll of some kind or any kind of test, you get to apply an opportunity to that what results."
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. And I'll use my other action to attempt a steadfast challenge on the murderer. You walk from blood into more blood. When will it be your own? So I'll roll.
So you'll be rolling your discipline against his
Yep.
spiritual defense. Your target number is a 15.
Okay. So I'm trying to roll. And there we go. So, quick question: How are we going to do this? Raise the stakes thing? Is it something you decide, kind of in general?
Typically, I would throw that in. It'll be kind of a rare thing that comes up, but I would
Okay.
definitely let you know when is appropriate.
Yep. All right then. That roll should be coming through. 18.
Nice. Good roll.
Very nice. With your +5, a total of 23 there. So with that success, Veth is going to become, let's see,
Disoriented. Can't use reactions. Your senses are obscured, and in a high storm, that can be dangerous. And he has disadvantage on perception tests.
He's crying.
he's very sad about that. Surprised
All right.
at the arrival of these new companions and their bold defiance in the face of his blade.
Okay, I will pass the turn
All
then.
right. Mr. Loon, you are up.
Yeah, so I am, I wouldn't say over eagerly or anything like that, but I'm definitely going to be going in fairly quickly, carefully with my axe up. I can see that this guy's got a shard blade.
Oh,
I
that was in the
know.
hands of the golden skinned figure. They have disappeared.
Oh, he doesn't. This guy doesn't have a shard blade.
Nope, he has just a
Oh,
side sword.
okay.
Aram would be running if he had a sharp blade.
Yes. Okay. Then I'm slightly less worried, but I'm still going to go in sort of cautiously, quickly but cautiously, to make the first move. Oh, what is my movement? Hang on. My movement is 25 feet. Are these 5-foot squares?
Yes, sir.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, that works perfect. Yeah, then, oh, I'm noticing that my focus is still at 2 of 4. Did we do a sort of rest or anything like that when in between our last fight and this one? Or should
Oh,
I
I
leave that
would
at 2 of
say,
4?
yeah, you guys have definitely had a time of calm to recover. Upon returning to the wagons, you would have been able to meet and greet with people, grab a bite to eat, kind of refresh yourself. You haven't slept overnight, but I would say there was enough opportunity for you to replenish your hit points and your focus. I
Okay,
noticed,
cool.
for example, Valdis. Let me update your token here because you will be full. There we go.
Oh, great. I didn't know if those were generated or we had to rest first. So I just kind of left everything alone.
Oh yeah. I had copy pasted from previous, but yeah, you've had time to replenish. You are
Yay!
refocused.
Okay, so yes, the first thing I do is move, and then the second thing I do is hammer. Attack roll here. 7 and 4, 11. Does that hit?
Alas, sadly, his physical defense is a 14.
Okay. So how does my blessing that I got from Naram, how does that work? I've failed this test.
You now have an opportunity. So opportunities can be used for various things. The DM can use them for like whatever. Some specific things you can use them for is you can recover 1 focus. You can, I think, gain advantage on your next roll.
Okay? But that's up to the DM is what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, but I like the suggested ones. I think you can just say you're going to do that. Like you
Okay.
have the ability to kind of say what to do with them. The DM can give you more options, I should say. It's your choice.
Yeah,
Okay.
when it comes up to that, yeah, typically, yeah, with an opportunity, you personally can choose. Um, Opportunities also too, you can make a critical hit. You do have to hit first. Um, Also, an option to influence the narrative if there's something creative you want to have come into play. Um, but I think Adam has made pretty great suggestions there as far as what you might immediately
Yeah.
be able to benefit from.
Okay. Well, I know that I'm going to, because I used the strike action, I get to use my decisive command as a free action. It costs a focus. So it would be cool if that was free and did not, like, I spend a focus, get a focus sort of a thing.
I'll allow it.
Sweet. Then, yes, I will give a 1d4 command die to. Oh, but I think that person's got to be within an area. Hold on. Spend 1 focus to an ally within 20 feet. A D4 command die. And nobody's within 20 feet. I don't think.
Alas,
I had to
not
move
yet.
25 feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so never mind. I'm not gonna do that. Um, I don't know. Is there? Can I? No, I can't try and brace because there's no 5 feet of cover. Um, Yes, in this case, I think I would want some suggestion from the DM on how to use this.
All right. So in your instant of swinging your hammer, he is going to be parrying you with his blade. You see an opening where you can either draw your hammer back and strike with a graze, and that'll be free as per the focus that is given as an opportunity, or you can, when you pull back, kind of observe the way he moves his shoulder in that deflection to give you advantage on your next attack.
Um,
Because applying that graze damage usually takes a focus.
yes. I think um I like the idea of advantage on the next attack. Let's do that.
All right.
The
Keen
first
eye.
swing was just a jab, you're just testing them out, seeing how they move, right? So,
Sure. Yeah.
yeah.
Your keen observation, guided by the encouragement from Naram, the serious of the situation, your friend Tazo bleeding out nearby. You are steeled, watching his movements. You'll be able to refocus your efforts. The might of your hammer breaking through his parry, hopefully, on your next swing.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
All right. Miss Coxie, you are up next.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. Before the end of my turn, I am going to talk some smack to him. I'm going to tell him something about what exactly did he eat for dinner, and why did he smear it on his face like a child? Does he know that he looks ridiculous? Just to pester him. So, and then that's the end of my turn. Thank you.
I love smack talking.
Yeah, I think you've been playing around with Brian too long.
Fools often meet their demise before they understand what waggles their tongue. He
So you
believes
met my ex-girlfriend?
his market glyph to mean something. It is not smeared Gerber food. Miss Coxey, you are up.
So she's gonna basically just run up and try to phantasm.
Alrighty. So what is your normal move? Are you at 25 or 20? It's going to take forever for your character sheet to load. I should just do that for everybody. Let's see. Coxey's movement is 25.
So you basically get like right behind me.
But you can, because you're taking that fast turn, you can make your second action a move. It is one of the things you can do multiple times.
Yep, and you don't have to worry about him hitting you because he has no reaction. You can move by him.
Yeah, so she'll do that then.
All right, so essentially your first move will bring you up kind of behind Loon there, and then you wanted to move up kind of in a protective stance with Tazo. I've moved you up kind of side by side there. Is that appropriate? Do you want to adjust your placement?
She got the shield up.
I'm so sorry. I can hear your voice distant like it's in a tunnel, but not make out the words.
Sorry, she got the shield.
I think she's asking about shielding.
Something about the shield.
Tazo? Yeah.
She has the shield from the war camp.
Yeah,
So she'll hold on to Tazo's.
okay. So Coxey there taking a protective stance, shielding Tazo both from potential attacks and from falling rocks and debris coming from the high storm, which thunders and rains down around you. All right, so Veth's first action is to utilize one of his abilities. He is going to spend a focus, and he is going to shake the condition that has been set upon himself. To counteract the disorientation caused by Naram.
Rude.
Very rude. He am's a bad guy and a boss. He's then going to clench his teeth, and after making the parry of the hammer, take a swing himself at Loon. Your physical defense is 14.
It is indeed.
He will.
Not that it matters when he hit me with a 22. Is anybody's physical defense 22?
Well, you know.
And stuff.
Cur slash.
Okay.
He grins with
I'm
delight.
trying to remember. Do we get to use a? We get to use a reaction.
Yes, sir.
Is there like a block reaction? So avoid danger. It looks like, but
You can spend a focus when you are targeted with an attack to give the attack disadvantage.
okay. Then
Also, too, when it comes to the damage, if you have armor, it may
Yeah,
or may
what's your
not have a
deflect? What's your deflect score?
my deflect. That's a great question.
That is a 0. That is on your physical box beneath speed. I'm showing
Yes,
deflect as
deflect
0.
0.
But your leather armor is not marked active.
Oh,
Your
Yeah, that
deflect
should give
is
you a
1.
deflect of 1.
I just clicked the box for you on your equipment page, so you have
okay.
a deflect of 1.
Appreciate it. I
Yeah,
have
of
a
course.
deflect of 1. So, you're saying I can spend a focus to give his attack disadvantage.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
I will do that. Is that normally a reaction thing?
Yes, sir.
Like,
Yeah.
can I see what it is and then be like, oh, I want to actually have him roll again, or do I have to tell you I want him to give I want to give him disadvantage beforehand?
It says when targeted with an attack. I would say you would probably want to do it, announce it before the attack roll is made.
Okay.
In normal cases, but we're all new to this, so I'm gonna be a little bit loosey-goosey and friendly for a little while anyway, as we get used to things.
Well, it was worth
So.
it in this case.
Definitely. So as part of your anticipating his movements and watching with your initial strike, coordinating his style with your own, a strike that would have been a pretty vicious slash for 5 keen damage. Instead, be able to parry yourself. He is going to growl in anger at not being able to give his blade the taste of your flesh. Mr. Valdis, you are up next.
All right. Knowing that I went to the slow thing because of that, and Veth just took his turn, my entire statement was, "You can't die yet. I haven't been paid." I will. So if I look on my sheet, is it under physical? Movement is 30 feet for me. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would like to render aid, or assess and then render aid. I guess if there's a way to get advantage out of it or something.
Yeah, give me
You
a
can-
medicine roll.
I think you can do the skill action if you can, make sense to use a skill to give advantage in your next roll.
Yep. That's what I'm going with. Yeah, the interact or use skill action.
Okay. Boom. 8's not great, so it's probably just going to be me winging it.
Looking down at him, it is hard to tell because the rain that is pouring down is washing away the blood from his wound. He does have that dagger shoved in to his side. You can see his eyes are kind of rolling a little bit like he's fighting against unconsciousness. He doesn't seem to be very consciously aware of what's going on around him. It appears to be more so that his focus is really on trying to keep his consciousness from slipping.
Don't go to sleep yet. No. You need to heal. I need to get paid. No. You're living through this. All right. I'll try to bandage his wounds and decide whether removing the dagger would be beneficial or leaving it in place to prevent blood loss would be more apt, even though that's not exciting.
All right, go ahead and make another medicine roll for me with advantage.
Okay, great. So
Even though you weren't able to really discern how fatal the wound is, you do get a closer look, and it will allow you to kind of apply the bandage around the blade while you consider the possibility of removing it or not.
okay, so when I click advantage, it then says select dice to roll with advantage.
Yep,
Yep,
that
you
would be
click
your
on the
D20.
actual, the outline of the dice or whatever that's right above it,
Okay, and so now that I've clicked on that, it doesn't do anything visually, but
and then you click roll.
got it.
Yeah, so now it was green. You rolled with advantage.
Okay, then I have done it correctly, and it is a 13.
All right, Tazo coughs in response, a little bit of blood flecking on his lips. His bandaged arm, of course, held tight against him, or his broken arm in the sling. His other arm is kind of pawing at the air now, trying to gain ground, reaching out. Can tell he's probably dizzy, trying to reach out toward whomever is giving that aid, but you haven't made eye contact with him. He's still in a state of in between.
I don't think this would be very hard to hide, or sorry, I think the person who would notice this the easiest would be Coxie. He's saying that you still owe a debt to me, but he is very gentle with dealing with his wound. He grabs the flailing arm and presses it against his cheek, and is like, "I'm here. You're not going to die. Everything's going to be okay. I still need to get paid." But he's saying it like, dude, you owe me cash. But he is not caring about the fight. He is caring about the person.
Fair, very nice.
Not the money.
He's just hiding it verbally to make it seem like he's much more mercenary than he is.
Sure. Little bit of
And I guess that kind of
encouraging.
covers my 3 actions.
It certainly does.
Okay, then that is my turn.
All right. Dun dun dun. A sheet, the icy rain falls, peppering everyone with that cold, penetrating your clothing, striking into the bone.
I like how the D4 on the screen looks like it's just
It's wobbled.
like balanced between two numbers.
Oh, you have visual dice on this part?
Yeah. That's part of what I like about the 3D dice. So, anyone who makes a ranged attack will have to succeed on a discipline test or have disadvantage over the course of the next round here as that rain starts to fall heavier. If no one makes a ranged attack, then it doesn't matter. Coxie, you were able to adjust the shield so that Tazo is spared most of that torrential downpour in all of your benevolence and care. And so, at the beginning of the turn order, Naram, those strange folk who had come to the encampment, have all now rushed ahead, deal their fallen ally, the mysterious bald man with the glyph on his face. From afar, you can see all. What would you like to do? Oh, and I should give the opportunity. If anybody wants to switch their place in initiative, please let me know. Otherwise, I will continue with the order. Sorry,
I would
I'll
like
have
to
to get
switch
used to
to a
asking.
slow turn.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
perfect. So I will move you there. Valdis, are you
And
staying
I'll
on
go
slow? Or?
last.
Okay. Valdis, will you be staying in slow, or would you like to move yourself up?
I'm going to stay in slow. And the reason for it is that all of my 3 actions are going to be devoted as to stopping the. I'm just going to keep reassessing until I can figure out how to. I'd like to get rid of the dagger, but I also know that sometimes you can pull an item out of a wound and it causes it to be worse. So he's
Certainly.
wanting to be. I'm wanting to make sure I can do that effectively without harming him. So if I'm uncertain, even if I fail and I'm just uncertain, I'm not going to try to make it worse by going like, I know what to do. Ta 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 ta.
Fair enough. All right. And then Coxie and Loon staying on fast, moving to slow.
I think Loon is going to stay fast.
All right.
Because we want to sort of get ahead of this as much as possible. I think my goal is going to be to try and get this guy away from Tazo.
All righty. And Coxie.
Toxic's gonna be fast because she's mostly defensive right now.
All right. Well then, Mr. Loon, how would you like to proceed?
Okay, so like I mentioned, I kind of want to get this guy as far away from Tazo as possible, since we have somebody who's attempting to revive him and somebody who is defending him. I want to make it as easy as possible on them. So I kind of want to use the shove option, but I doubt. Does shove move him like multiple squares? Am I shoving him like only 5 feet? Am I just shoving him like does he just fall over where he's at? Like what's the mechanics behind that?
So shove will take both of your actions for the turn. It
Yep.
is an athletics test against his physical defense, and on a success, you'll be able to move him 5 feet. Because it's
So
not a
one square.
grapple, I would say that you can choose the direction of your shove to include kind of pulling him to the left, shoving him back and left, or shoving him directly forward.
Okay, so I would be able to choose which square to send him to.
Yeah, you can
Remember
kind
your
of
advantage.
also
I do have
remember your
advantage.
advantage. Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay.
And that again is against
Then
his physical defense, which is 14.
Where'd that go? Okay, we're gonna do that. Click advantage on that one and roll.
Right on target.
And that advantage helped.
Yes, sir. Yeah, some
So,
curiously low rolls today. You guys
like
are
I said, I want
allowed
to
to
get him.
roll higher, just for the record. Like if you want to, it's up to you. But go ahead, sir.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm gonna shove him directly to his left, so that'll put him like a square and a
Boof.
half away from Tazo. Yeah. And narratively, it's gonna look like I feint one way. I am going to step in with my right leg and use the butt of my hammer to shove his chest in that direction, and hopefully it knocks him off balance a little bit and forces him further away.
Yeah, you're definitely able to outmuscle. He raises up his own blade, anticipating the need to parry, and you're at a little bit of a contest between the two. Eyes locked, teeth clenched, and he strains, but because of your feint, you have more sure footing. And for him to be able to keep his balance, he's forced to kind of follow with, take a side and back step as he's pushed aside and away from Tazo, Coxie, and Valdis. You are
And
successful
then
in your intent.
that's both my turns. So we're just gonna sit here and wait to see what happens.
All right. Miss Coxie, the rain coming down harder, shielding Tazo from most of it. You can see he's starting to respond. His hand is starting to grasp at that of Valdis, starting to turn and respond, but he hasn't yet. What would you like to do?
So, I mean, I think honestly she's just going to angle further between the aggressor and Tazo and now Valdez. So reposition a little bit and then just essentially just keep the shield up. She's
All right.
trying to basically shield everyone from, falling stones and all that nonsense.
All right. I'll kind of move you into kind of a kitty corner here on the squares.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
All right, cool. Give a little bit more room. So in that, um, Valdis, you can share the square next to her. She is positioning herself in such a way that you can get in there for closer hand holding and such.
Okay.
Will that be all that Coxie would like to do? Is there anything else? That essentially is one of your actions. You've still got another, if you would like.
That's about it at this point. She's just trying to keep like the shield up for everyone.
All right. I'll allow then, because you're using that shield for protection, just in case, I'll allow you to take the brace action. That way,
Okay.
if Veth did choose to turn and attack against you, you have that shield poised in such a way that you're protected in addition to Tazo. Alrighty. Well, Veth is not in a good mood. Let's see. He can't do that. Ooh. Is that going to post? Yes. Haha. So Veth is focusing and assessing your movements, Mr. Loon. And as implied in the chat there, what pleases your spiritual defense?
15.
Ah, so he will be successful. So with that, you will be unable to gain advantage on attacks against him for a minute or until he uses that action on another target. He is then, thinking himself clever, going to begin to dance here in the rain, moving slightly.
Will that give Coxie an opportunity for a strike?
Not with her taking the brace action and specifically protecting Tazo. And willingly being just out of range by being kind of kitty corner on the squares there. Normally, yes. Well, I will say this. In seeing him do that, I'll allow Coxie a reactive strike. It would be with the shield. It will cost a focus. Normally, it would be just a free attack, like a free attack of opportunity. Because of your positioning and actions there, if you want to make an attack of opportunity, it'll cost you a focus.
Sure, I'm up for that.
All
If
right.
I can find it. There we go.
Yeah. It should let you make an attack with the shield.
Hey.
That would be a staff.
Yeah, I can't find the shield.
Oh, on my screen it shows shield as one of your weapons,
Oh.
right under staff. Are you not seeing that? I'm showing knife, staff, shield, unarmed, and improvised. Haha. And that is going to be enough to hit. He will take a ding of the shield to his legs as he's moving there. And he cries out a little bit. He's forced to reset his feet.
Not the shin.
Oh, the same. And he'll be taking a swing of his blade upon Loon.
And Loon will parry.
Very effective in your defense against
I
the
think.
internet.
No, never mind. Reactive strike is not available. It's not a.
It's an attack of opportunity, yeah. It's when they leave your
Yeah.
space.
Right. So, nope, never mind.
All right. Let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and use his ability. He's going to spend a focus to swing again.
Is he taking a slow turn?
Ah, boo.
That. So it's third action?
It's a special ability that lets him
Oh, okay.
kind of attack both ways, but it costs him a
We got
focus to be
special
able to do that.
abilities in this. All right, good to know. Thanks.
Oh, yeah. He is, marked as a boss. Brace yourself, guys. All right, so
Like a mouse.
as we come to Valdis's turn, Tazo finds your hand. He doesn't meet your gaze with his eyes. He's still blinking, shudders with a bit of a cough. I saw it. The Honor Blade. The assassins. They're led by the Golden Skin Man. They were too powerful. The storm meant nothing to them. He coughs again, more blood coming up. You see, beneath where the blade wound is, more blood begins to soak the bandages that you quickly applied there. The blade was my mission. Please, you must finish it. You must unite Town's Honor Blade, the others in Shinovar. Go to the war camps. My stone shaman brothers have hired a powerful ally. Her name is Liss. Find her. She will know what to do. He attempts
This is
trying to push
fantastic.
himself up. He
No,
falls
no.
back against the ground.
I don't
His
let him
breath
fall or do
still
anything. I just
rattling.
like hold him. Like, buddy, you're real excited, and what I need you to do now is live so that I can get paid. Okay? Just
He
live. That's
clenches
all you
your
gotta
hand
do.
tighter. The shamanate will reward you. This I swear. You are stonewalkers, but you may be all that stands between this world and the next desolation.
Great, you can stand with us too. Do me a favor, don't die yet.
Can you please give me a perception and an insight roll?
All right, 1 second. Let me minimize that. Perception is here. Just not rolling good today. Here comes insight. All right, insight. I seem to have perceptive, not so much.
So,
You just kind of know. You don't need to see it. You just sort of know.
there are two things that strike you in this moment. Again, this is the start of your turn. This is all kind of happening for free before you act, while the rest of the chaos goes on among you, around you. Rain shattering down, echoing across the shield held up by Coxie. You've seen stab wounds before. Not a lot. You don't work as a medic or anything, but you've seen people get stabbed. Boy, is he bleeding out a lot. And with the shield covering the rain, you can really see how much blood is being lost there and how much he's really barely holding on. His chances, by your assessment, are really not good. But again, you're not a surgeon, so you're a little bit out of your depth when it comes to that. Nor are you like well practiced in medicine. But boy,
I'm
does
not.
it really not look good. Like, you get a hint that he's fading, and there is not likely much you'll be able to do about that.
All right. Well, then at this
Insight-wise,
point,
your assessment of you can hear the clang of sword against hammer nearby. You have seen Loon in battle. You saw the way that he dealt with the bandits very deftly. Really didn't take him long to take them out, but they're not necessarily trained soldiers. From what you're hearing of the clashes, you get the sense that Loon is up against a pretty formidable opponent, much more than the bandits that you had faced before. And so your spirit is torn in the clasp of the dying man and the fully living man who may not be so for much longer without your aid. With that, you're welcome to take your turn.
Coxie. Oh, did we lose her?
She is muted. I don't know if that's on purpose. There could be something going on with hotel stuff. Coxie, if you can hear us. Oh, there she
I'm
goes.
just trying
She
to
just got
keep
off.
it quiet.
Okay.
No worries. Do the Parshendi have last rites for people who die?
I'm sorry.
Do the Parshendi have last rites for those who die?
Yeah,
Good. Could you get started on those?
Oof.
sure.
That's heavy.
So he was a good traveling companion for a long time, and I'm going to absolve him of the debt he owes me for getting him here and try to go make sure that Loon doesn't join him. I suppose in my slow action, one of my actions will then be to do this,
Bloop. You have moved.
and then my last action will be to attack him from a flanked position of some kind. I don't know if that gives me advantage. No idea.
Well,
So
you said that was your last action. You get 3.
you get
I
3
thought the
actions.
first one was the role I took to ascertain his condition.
That was free. That one, because
Oh.
I forced it on you, I wasn't going to make it one of your actions.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Now, I
Then
will say your position doesn't provide any kind of flanking bonus. However, if Loon sees that you're about to make an attack, he could make a feint by spending a focus that could open him up and give you advantage on your strike. That's nothing I can force, but it
can
is an
I spend a
opportunity.
focus to just get that advantage?
Unfortunately, no.
Mm.
Well,
I
actually,
will.
yes, you can. Kind of in a way. You would have to do it without using your sword skill. You'd want to set him off balance somehow. That is actually an action, gain advantage. So you could do that as one of your moves for your turn, like try to, you know, like yell at him, intimidate him or something, jar him, because he was
That's easy.
engaged in one-on-one.
Um,
Now you're entering the fray.
no problem. Since I have a great sword, I'm going to suggest an action that was absolutely not going to cause any damage, but should provide the advantage I'm looking for. I would like to take the butt of my greatsword and just gently shove it between his butt cheeks until he's disturbed by the sensation.
So alas, I would be forced to make you make that check with your weapon, and so it would
Again,
have to be a different
I'm
skill
not trying to
check.
inflict damage. All right, well then I'll take my finger and shove it up his butthole until he's uncomfortable.
That would still be an attack.
It's not attacking him though. I'm not trying to attack him. I'm trying to distract him.
I understand, but I'm going to have to encourage you to
It's a
take a
touch.
different course.
Then I'm going to take my finger and put it into the back of his knee and distract him until it's annoying. I guarantee you, if in a fight someone shoves their hand between your butt cheeks, you'll pay attention.
Yeah, he's wearing like armor and clothing and stuff. You wouldn't be able to get wedged in far enough.
Then
I
I'll just grab
will
his dick.
allow you to. Okay, enough. I will allow you to make an agility
Look,
check if you would
I don't know
like
what else you
to.
want from me. If I can't do this, then I can't do this. That's fine. I'll just swing the sword at him. But these are
Let's say,
legitimate fighting techniques. They're all dirty fighting techniques, but they're legitimate.
let's say for the sake of moving forward that no zones are no zones. But I will allow you to make an agility check to try to swish his cape in such a way that you're kind of tugging more on him than the wind would and try to open him up for a strike. Something like that would be appropriate. Agility or athletics, something to kind of push him into the realization, shake him a little bit, and that he's no longer engaged in a one-on-one, and he has to split his focus between the two of you.
All right. What do you want me to roll?
Your choice of athletics or agility.
I'll roll athletics then. Oh, do I have to spend a focus point?
No, I think it's just one of
Nope.
your.
It's
One
just
of your
in action.
actions.
Yeah. Gain advantage.
Okay, 23.
Very nice. So you have shouldered your way into the combat. You're able to brush and tug at him in such a way you've successfully diverted his focus. Now he's a little bit torn in having to parry against a large hammer or a large sword and has opened himself up a bit more. You may make your attack with advantage.
Okay, so that's the heavy weapon roll.
Yes, indeed. Regular attack roll, yeah.
But now I hit advantage and then I hit the die.
Yep.
Okay. Dirty 20.
That is going to hit.
All right. And then so how do I roll damage for the oh, okay, I think I understand now.
Yeah, under your weapons. Normally you would click the word greatsword for your attack, and then you can click damage on the right there, where it says 1d10 plus 5, and then keen underneath.
Okay. Theory should be coming up here.
All right.
So I don't think he took a critical or anything, but I'm pretty sure I beat his with the
Oh yeah.
20.
I'll
his
keep
defense.
your first roll there because it was with advantage. So yeah, that's going to be a vicious slash whoosh, coming across his. You realize while he is wearing thick robes and a cloak that whip around his body, your sword doesn't feel resistance that you expect. He appears to be unarmored, for all that he is well built, formidable, stands like a seasoned warrior. Doesn't appear to have extra protection, so your blade cleanly slices through, tasting blood for the first time on the battlefield. He grimaces with pain, lets out a grunt, and adjusts his footing, face off against the two of you there.
I hope you have food in your satchel supplies, because I guarantee you, if not, I'll probably eat you.
Threats of cannibalism don't appear to sway him beyond a raised eyebrow of curiosity. Naram, you are up, the bottom of the order, as the rains have come down harder.
Warriors, press your advantages. Spill every drop of blood you can. So I will give the determined condition to Valdis and Loon with 2 of my actions. And above board, I will say the Gray's action is very powerful. Don't be afraid of using it through focus, because you can get it back instantly.
Yeah.
If you're grazing, that means you missed.
Yes,
Use a
indeed.
focus. You can use the opportunity from the determined condition to get that focus right back. So it's essentially free graze.
Heck yeah.
Awesome.
Pretty good. Pretty
Fantastic encouragement there from Naram. That is 2 of your actions. I believe you still have one
good.
left.
Yep, I do. I'll turn to this strangely disfigured bald man. It is a custom in these lands to judge the crimes of those who work them by leaving them to the high storm. Here we are in the high
That's
storm.
true,
Do
too.
you feel... Yep. Do you feel guiltless? I will use a focus to make that discipline roll against him again.
Oodalali. Spiritual defense of 15.
Rolling. My slow dice. Everything takes seconds. Demiplane is a pain. I don't think that's going to work.
Ooh. It appears his resolute focus on the 2 combatants before him is something difficult to break.
Well, he's about to be hurting a whole lot more, I think. Pass turn.
Definitely a worthy attempt. So lightning is going to flash dangerously close. It's going to strike around Loon, Valdis, Veth, and Naram. Coxie protecting Tazo, close enough to the wall to avoid the wrath. I am going to need, please, a discipline test against a DC 10. To avoid becoming disoriented.
Just want to do one of these discipline tests.
You the skill. You go click on the
Yep.
plus next to discipline.
Discipline is under the middle box cognitive. So it appears the lightning struck closest to Loon, the flash giving a little bit of a blink, a little bit of double vision there. You will be unable to use reactions, and perception tests will have disadvantage over the course of the next round. It is not enough to shake you from swinging your hammer, but does shake you a little bit. So at the top of the order, while the high storm rages around you, are there any changes to the initiative order that anyone would like to make?
I'll move to a fast one this time.
Da-na-na.
Deal fast for me.
I still want to go first because I will likely be using my special action or whatever after I'm done attacking, which will
Okay.
help Valdis.
Cool. All right. And just to make sure, Naram, would you like to stay in the slow round at the
I
bottom
will
of the order?
say, yep.
Alrighty then. Loon, your fingers clenched tight around the haft of your hammer. You're ignoring the cold, the rain seeping in. Blurry vision starting to get better, but not quite after the lightning flash. What would you like to do?
We're going to take a swing with a hammer.
Swing batter.
Nat 20.
Curse smash. Boy, Valdis arriving and splitting his focus really changed things up for his defenses there. Curse smash. And are you swinging that sideways, top to down? What does that look like? A pretty brutal hit.
I decide to go straight for a kneecap, and I suppose I connect with it pretty well.
Okay. Quick little
and
rules
then-
clarification. When you roll a 20, you automatically get an opportunity,
Mhm.
and that can be spent on getting that critical hit damage or on other things as well.
Does it not already get the critical hit damage?
Nope, you have to use the opportunity to
Yeah.
get it.
Technically, it's a
Oh.
choice.
I see.
I'm used to
Um,
defaulting to critical, and good catch there, Adam. Typically, I just out of instinct fall to that. But
Yeah.
technically,
Just letting people know you can do other things with it too.
oh yes.
So
Okay.
critical damage is pretty awesome.
Okay, yeah, I am going to do the critical damage.
All right, awesome.
Is he? I assume he is not yet dead.
He is not. By the
Okay.
way his body folds and you hear that satisfying crunch of your hammer smashing into bone, he probably can't take another hit like that, but he is still standing, albeit adjusting his posture, favoring that leg on the side. He's still in
Okay.
it.
I am going to use decisive command, and I'm going to spend one focus, which I just did, to give an ally within 20 feet, Valdis, D4 command die, and that ally can add it to one die roll on their next test. So either Valdis, when you go to swing, you can add the D4, or after you hit, you can add it to dice, I think.
Okay.
Or add it to the sort of the damage. That's the word. So yes, you have an extra 1d4.
Awesome. Loon has provided an opening, giving a little bit of opportunity to Valdis.
And as part of the command portion, after I smash this guy's knee, I'm gonna look at Valdis and say, I think that's a weak spot. You should hit right there.
Okie dokie.
And that should be the end of my turn. Oh, wait, no, I do get a second action, don't I? All I've done is hit him with a hammer. What can I do for my second action?
If your command die delivery is a free action, then yes, you have an action available.
I'm not allowed to gain advantage. Cannot cover. Let's see. I think I will just move to a more advantageous flanking position. And then that should be it.
All right. As far as the parameters for Naram, your special ability that gives the opportunity to regain a focus, will that dissipate now at the end of his turn, or will he still have that available? What I'm getting at is,
I don't believe so. They stay determined until they fail a D20 test of some kind, and then they get the hit.
Okay. So that would
they are determined until they benefit from the condition or the scene ends.
nice. All right. So that means, Loon, on your turn, you could use that free focus to use the aid reaction before Valdis swings in, just as an example.
They only get the focus if they fail a D20 test, though.
Yeah, I haven't failed anything yet.
So
Ah. Well, perhaps then not as easy to apply. Well, I will leave that open, but thank you for clarifying that for us on Naram's ability. Valdis, you are up, sir.
Okay. I just intend to murder this guy.
Moida.
It's really just dispassionate. It's just like you're in the wrong place, the wrong time, and you clearly picked the wrong person to piss off.
I don't know how it could possibly be dispassionate. He just killed the guy who was going to pay you.
Yeah, he's interrupted my flow of income. I'm not happy with him. So let's scroll down to the weapon. Should be able to click on that. Nope, that's great sword. Okay, I don't want the item card. I guess
It's
I
the
click
plus
here.
right next to it.
Okay. And do I have anything because of things applied, or are we just good to go?
You can apply a D4, but you probably want to see your result, and then we'll respond to that result.
Okay, with an extra D4 if needed or something.
Right. Because you also
Because I might
have
be able to apply it to damage.
Right. And if you fail, you have that free opportunity to graze and etc. that was previously mentioned. Anyway, yeah. Go forth with your
Right, it should be coming up shortly here. All right, dirty 20.
Ooh-wee. Well, that's definitely a hit.
All right, so can I apply the D4 to the damage?
I think so.
I think so.
All right, I will give you a D4 real quick. So that would make it damage of 10. If I've done everything correctly. And then for my second action, I would like to repeat that. So we will simply hit him again. Or am I not allowed to? Does it have to be something different? Or am I allowed to make 2 attacks?
It has to be offhand, I think.
Yeah, it does have to be offhand. You would have to spend 2 focus. Because you're wielding the greatsword, I would allow you to make that offhand strike. It would count as unarmed, but essentially like bashing him with the hilt.
Oh, I have no problem
Since
just
you're
holding the
wielding
sword
the
in one hand
two-handed.
and punching him in the face. So 2 focus for me then is what I'm hearing?
Yep.
All right, let me... If I make it on the sheet, it should subtract it. So -2. There. And I will make the unarmed strike right now. Not improvised, unarmed. Hold on. There we go. I'm willing to bet a 10 isn't going to hit him.
No, but now you have failed. And now you
So
can
now
use
I get to use the focus thing?
Yep, graze, and then just graze for free if you want.
He takes 1 damage.
So that wicked slash cuts across his torso. He doubles over a little bit, one of his arms clutching his stomach, blood beginning to pool and pour through his fingers, dripping on the ground to mix with the rain, the creme getting wet below your feet. He's shakily holding his blade. He still looks determined, but also you can tell as he clenches his eyes, he's barely standing, barely keeping it together. Miss Coxey, it is your turn.
So she was told to give this guy last rites. So I guess she'll brace action, still defending, and then second action is humming to the rhythm of winds, which is respect for like the storm and stuff, and try to give this guy last rites, I guess.
You see his eyes rolling. He's sputtering, trying to speak. And he's not meeting your gaze. He's kind of speaking out into the open. Also, I just realized that I have your old art there. Sorry. Bloop. Have you seen my stone spirit? He's again kind of pawing at his clothing and the air.
I have not spoken to stones, but the winds are here, and she'll hum to him.
He coughs again. It looks like he's trying frantically to find his beloved stone, failing. Bit of frustration as he clenches his teeth in pain, winces, the pain in his side, weakly raising his arm, having it fall back at his side, muttering, "Can't find where is."
Unfortunately, the man with the stone is indisposed and is not currently available. We are sorry, we are not currently available to answer your request.
Veth lashing out with his last, grunting in pain as he makes his swings. He is going to spend the last of his focus taking a swing at both those who are flanking him. The last dish effort.
Can I spend a focus to give him disadvantage on me?
With your dodge reaction, yes, you may.
Yes, please.
All right. Well, then I shall deal with his swing against you first. And he will be, still very focused, even with disadvantage, able to hit with a 19 there.
Okay, that does hit, unfortunately. Hit me with the damage. I have a
And
deflect of 1, so I take 7.
so, because of his state of being so close to death, I am going to remove his damage bonus there. Only a base of 5, so you will only take 4.
Okay.
Essentially, it's as effective as a graze, just because he's very, very hurt. You can see, like, his step falters, his arm is shaking, doesn't quite have the wherewithal that he did prior to having his knee smashed and his guts cut open. Swings the blade to the other side toward Valdis. striking with the 17. And I'm just going to roll the greatest damage there. Only 2 damage to Valdis. The blade slices. Doesn't have enough behind it to gain purchase beyond barely a flesh wound. He coughs, sputtering blood upon his lips. And it is Naram's turn.
Naram is going to walk forward towards Veth. His robes are all soaked through in this rain, and they cling to his body and make it a little difficult to walk through, but he makes it up as he approaches Veth. So, what is your life worth? Will you surrender? Go through the legal process? Perhaps leniency if you have information to share. And I'd like to use an action to make some kind of appeal. Is there a specific check you'd like for that? Persuasion, maybe?
Go ahead. Roll your perception.
Perception or persuasion?
Persuasion is what I meant.
Okay.
Definitely a P word.
Tomatoes, potatoes.
Seconds. It takes seconds to roll. Ooh, 23.
He is quite persuasive.
He slowly turns, meets your eyes in an unblinking stare, slowly stands to straighten himself, throws his blade on the ground before you, opens up his arms. Give me a noble death.
I see. I will unsheath a short sword that has the quick draw feature. Make an attack. I assume that this is going to be an advantage because he's welcoming it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Please be cool. Be cool. Be cool.
Actually, because he is at the state where he is at, do me a favor and describe to us how you execute this man as the high storm rails around you, the wind and rain whipping at your clothing, soaked through. As Loon and Valdis
Naram,
stand on his sides and you come up for the final cut, what does that look like?
Naram unsheathes the short sword and holds it up single-handed and pulls it back. And then right as he strikes, lightning illuminates the scene. It's going to pierce up through the jaw,
Ooh.
up into his brain and out the top. And pushes up and it holds him up there. So he dies standing on his feet.
His unblinking stare stays with you until the blade going through his eyes seeming to follow the point upward as the blade protrudes out the top. And he lets forth a choke. His eyes are rolled up, but they don't close. His body beginning to fall limp. Do you attempt to hold up his weight, or will you let him collapse? I will need,
I attempt
please,
to hold up his weight.
An athletics check just to see if you can continue to hold him up braced.
All right. I'm going to You can do it! Does it take seconds to roll? Oh, so slow. And
The dice roll.
Tell your computer it's ruining the moment.
15. It's
The
worth the wait.
lightning flashes dramatically again as you are standing, arm outstretched, blade through the skull. The weight strains against your arms. You are not necessarily the most physically gifted amongst your kin, but in the moment, as adrenaline pumps through you, fighting the high storm, Loon and Valdis, you are welcome to respond as you like, but Naram is holding the man aloft. The body you can see is slumped, but he's holding him up with that final strike of execution. As the man
Loon
called
is
Veth no longer has spirit in
Loon
his form.
standing right next to him, pats him on the shoulder, and says, "It was a good death. May the Spren bless him in another life. You did well.
Yeah.
Also, who are you?"
Can we get a quick check on like what's happening with Spren right now?
There were, not to the extent that they gather as if somebody is caught up in the thrill, but there were anger spren that were dancing around his feet, disappearing in the crim here and there. They have dissipated. What spren might you gather in this moment? I imagine this is the first time you've ended a man's life. I'd like to turn the question to you.
Yeah, he's trained for this moment. You see broken shards of glass dancing around him, a little bit of shock Spren. There's also a single glory Spren kind of circling above his head that kind of leaves a little bit of a trail as it does so. I am Naram. It's very good to meet strong warriors like yourself with a fine, upstanding moral code. It's most unfortunate your companion seems to be dead.
He's not dead yet. Loon, remembering that Tazo is currently dying, just sort of has a shocked look on his face, like, oh, wait, hold on, there was a thing, and then like pulls the stone out of his pocket because I'm sure he like feels it tugging towards Tazo, and then runs over to Tazo.
Toxie would, seeing that, be like, yes, he wants a stone.
Naram
give this
and
man a
Valdis,
stone.
do you guys approach Tazo, or are you staying back?
Oh no, I'm looting the corpse.
Yeah, Naram is he lowers down Veth kind of respectfully. He's gonna remember this moment for the rest of his life. Valdis is looking through his clothes and like, yeah, that's good work for Valdis to do. Yep. Naram's gonna leave him to that.
Valdis doesn't care about this guy. He screwed up his paycheck. Valdis is taking everything off of him. When he's done, he will be naked.
Okay.
Valdis is getting paid one way or the other.
That's right. Dinner
So
ain't free.
He does have on his person, of course, his side sword was thrown defiantly into the crib. His robes are pretty nice quality, but they've been cut, they've been muddied. They're not particularly your style. The belt is a little bit fancy. He does have a belt. Flashes in the light. You're not sure if it is silver or platinum or very just finely polished steel, but the belt buckle itself is pretty ornately designed, pretty spiffy. Also, in a pouch, there are some now freshly glowing 8.
Eight what?
Spheres.
Marks.
Marks.
Oh, I absolutely take that. Hello, Daddy.
Shibling.
I will absolutely just add the belt to my ensemble and tie the pouch to it.
Nice.
And I will fold the robe up and like, all right, we're going to need to get this tailored.
Loon, kneeling down next to Tazo. You see him pawing at the air. He's still choking, mumbling about the stone. Do you reach out to give it to him?
Absolutely. I will say, Tazo, my friend, you must have dropped this. I found it, and it really wants to get back to you.
He places his hand. Like before, he was kind of moving, again, very disoriented, loss of focus. But at your words, his hand immediately finds yours, holding the stone. And rather than take the stone, he clenches your hand. And he says, "Swear on this stone." And is kind of shoving toward you. "You must find the blade. Find Liss at the camps."
I will clutch his hand back, and I will tell him earnestly, absolutely, my friend. I swear on the stone and on the spren, I will find that blade.
As the words leave you, they're echoing on the cliff nearby. You hear a feminine voice, strained, heartbroken, whispering like gravel, seemingly coming from the cliff itself. "This oath you will not break." Tasso coughs
I'm
again.
I'm very shocked, obviously, by hearing a voice out of nowhere. I'm gonna look in that direction. I'm not gonna like release or like jump up or anything like that, but I am gonna look in the direction to see if I can see anybody.
You see only Naram standing by, watching. He was not the one who spoke, of course.
Um, I can only assume at that point that it was a spren of some sort, and I will nod my head in respect and reverence in the direction, and then go back to attempting to console Tazo.
"You, my beautiful friends, how lucky I am to have found you." His hand pulls away from yours and begins kind of pulling at his collar, trying to clear his face as he stretches out, looking, pointing his chin up toward the sky and into the storm. "I do not hide my face from the gods. I do not die in shame. My quest is given, and I die among friends." You see a slight smile take his face as his eyes close and his body slackens.
All right. I think there's another one for you to loot through over here.
Coxie would just kind of hum more to the storms and mention that he is given to the storm then.
Naram like does a double take as he sees Coxie do this, and he'd like to make for an insight check. He kind of thought she was just the usual parshman that a group might have from time to time, a servant,
Mm-hmm.
but she's acting unusual.
Oh, she sure is.
She's got like shield. She's doing all this stuff. He's just now realizing it. So roll that insight.
Yes, inexplicably, she is definitely behaving out of sorts. She appears to have more personal wherewithal, more cognitive function. That humming, the singing, the voice, that which comes to her from her is entirely new as an experience to you. If not for it being off-putting, it would be quite beautiful, harmonious, impressive even. But part of you is internally reeling with the shock of realizing that she is not a normal Parshman. And even stranger, there's no reaction from her companions around. They don't register any sense of unfamiliarity with her bearing, with her being.
Okay. Naram is a little bit worried he's going to get killed now because these people might be with the Parshendi that the Alethi are leading, doing spy stuff. And oh,
Um,
he's going to try to pass it off as if not noticing anything.
Loon is once the moment passes and we're pretty sure Tazo's dead and everybody's had a second. Loon is going to look around and say, "All right, there is a storm on. We should probably find a way to survive this." Coxie, you said that you had a way to help.
I mean, she'll just kind of glance at the shield that she's been kind of holding up and glancing at you guys and kind of, well, generally we take shelter. The winds go in one direction, so we usually try to find angles to protect ourselves against. And then just kind of look at the shield that she's holding up. This is her solution.
Can I look around to see if there's something shield-like that I can grab?
Naram looks pointedly at the gigantic cliff wall next to the...
Yeah, as far as just kind of free insight in assessing your surrounding, really the best course of action would be to force your way back toward the encampment where the storm was less and the cliff walls are higher to protect if it does change or get worse or simply continue. Another free bit of insight for those of you standing around. For Tazo, you could, when the storm subsides, kind of hold a ritualistic funeral for him. Cremation being the common way here. Also, Tazo doesn't have much in the way of personal belongings besides his own simple side sword. Well, and the dagger that's sticking out of him.
Is it a nice
Ooh.
dagger?
Yeah, is that a nice dagger?
Well, that remains for someone to pull it out and have a look.
Yeah, that would be uncouth. I'm too diplomatic.
Tazo probably won't complain, but
given that we want to get out of the storm as quickly as possible, but also there is a Tazo. I am going to, as quickly as I can, sort of query the rest of the group. What do you want to do with this one? Are we bringing him, or is he, like you said, Coxie, of the storm now?
Coxie will shrug at that and he's given to the storm, or he like the stones. I do not know his ways.
So do these stones just look like smooth stones? Are they polished or anything?
The stones of the cliffside?
No, I was referring to the one that got handed to him.
That is in Loon's possession.
Oh, did he take it back? I misunderstood.
I tried to hand it to him, and he did not accept it. He closed my hand around it, and had me take the oath.
So maybe you're holding his soul now?
It does not feel that is the case. This feels Spren related.
People die in these things. Maybe we should go. I was kind of leaving. What to do?
I think this is prudent. Tazo is of the storm now. Let's not become of the storm as well.
Okay.
I decide not to pull the knife out of his chest. By the way, okay. I don't think that Loon would go that far. So
fair
enough.
enough.
Valus will absolutely take it out of his chest, and as he leans down and whispers into his ear, "I'll return it to the person in the same spot you had it."
Ooh.
That sounds like a goal.
Sure does. As per previous conversations. Promises not made lightly. So the dagger itself appears to have made from a spearhead. You can see etched in the blade itself is the same glyph that appears on the face of Veth and of the others whom you saw before they retreated with the shard blade.
Okay.
That being said, it is in really good shape. It's a pretty sweet dagger in and of itself.
Just out of curiosity, is there an afterlife concept among the faithful in this world?
The Vorin believe that they, when they die, go into the halls to fight an endless battle.
The Tranquilin Halls.
Would the people who had this sigil have a similar belief? Or is that just something I don't know?
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know that any of us know.
But would the Alethi, where I come from, because I'm like half Alethi, half Harazad or something, whatever that adjoining nation was to the north of them, do they believe in the Vorinud? Or
yes, so you're Vorin.
Yeah, you'd be Vorin.
Okay, so I'm aware 100%. Of the,
like,
just in case you make it to the halls, I don't want you to have an easy time there. And so he takes the dagger and he crushes both of his eyes so that his soul won't have sight when it makes it to the other side.
That is morbid and squishy. Oh, you were doing that to Veth?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I thought you were doing that to Tazo.
I was like,
so
oh my confused.
God. What?
Yeah.
Oh, that was brutal. I thought he was your friend.
No. I like him. I'm trying to make sure that the guy who participated in his murder, even if he didn't directly hold the dagger, doesn't have any advantages in the afterlife.
That is awesome. I love the poetry in that. That is less morbid. Still squishy. Oh, Lord. Threw me off there for a second.
Like, I like you. Like, remind me not to get on your good side. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, he'll head back with everybody after that.
All right,
So,
and
but-
I just want to clarify, Loon, you are still in possession of the stone?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. It is, just to know, again, it feels warm, even in the cold and the rough of the storm here. Kind of a brown gray colored stone, roughly hewn. It's not like perfectly smooth or anything, but you do feel significance to it, as you have expressed.
Yeah, if I have I don't have a safe pouch or anything like that, but if I had some sort of pocket where I kept valuable things, that's where I'd put it.
Fair enough. Well, the storm will continue to rage on, but by hugging the cliffside, you'll be able to make it back to the camp. Coxie appropriately with new art instead of the old art. Bloop.
Okay.
Tazo will not be there.
Oh,
But you can see the choles have been tied down, the wagons are strapped. There are still guards around the wagon, but most everybody is either huddled inside wagons that are secured or themselves staying near the cliffside. Again, there are a lot more soldiers than are displayed here, anonymous henchmen, but not mulling about the camps, really trying to stay protected from the storm. You are welcome to stay here. You can continue down below to the merchant caravan where your previous friends were waiting.
Naram's going to invite them to join him at the carriage that he was staying in. These people could have valuable information. Would you like to join me? I fear don't have enough dry clothes for all of you, but there are some cloths that could dry your hair.
Loon is going to graciously accept for everybody. Yes, absolutely. And as soon as possible. And don't worry about the clothing. We'll figure it out. But we would definitely love to be inside. Thank you very much.
It can be a bit cramped with all of you, but we should be able to make it work. He's leading you guys down south to, I think it was this carriage he was in. No, it was this one. Oop.
Oh, yes, it
I don't
was
know.
the one closer to Talon's coach there.
Yeah. Okay, come on in. Opens by. He opens up the curtain. There is not enough room for like people to lie down with all of us, but everyone should be able to find somewhere to sit on the floor or on a box of some kind.
Loon is going to hold the door and or curtain open and look behind and coax everybody in. Yes, come on, get in, snuggle, pretend like you like each other. This is to save your life. Everybody get in, and then Loon is going to make sure he's the last one in.
Okay. Coxie will reluctantly go in and then kind of look around.
Seems pretty standard. Naram hands Coxie a cloth to dry off whatever you think is most important to dry off, I suppose.
So this particular wagon is designed for carrying people. So there are benches. There are a couple of cupboards that can store food and personal belongings and such. I don't know if Coxie has ever been inside a human wagon before. This might be a first-time experience. Valdis would be very familiar with the inside of a wagon drawn by a chol. Loon would as well, if nothing else from your time spent with the bridge crew.
Yeah, so we're all just sort of huddling inside and shivering now, and Loon is just going to sort of awkwardly um, sit there and then say, "Yes, so I'm Loon. Nice to meet you. Thank you for letting us stay. How about that weather?"
Oh, I have a bone to pick about the weather. It was supposed to arrive in 2 hours. I did the math. There is variance, of course, but this is well beyond the confidence intervals I calculated. Something is terribly wrong. What could it have been?
Well, I don't know about all that. I don't know that storms are perfectly predictable. It could be anything.
Oh, do you have interest in predicting the storms? And Naram just kind of gets a little bit of a crazed look in his eye. He says, "It is regularity." And as a Vorin, the Vorin are very uncomfortable with perceiving the future, predicting the future. Storm wardens are kind of heretical in general. So, however you feel about that. He takes out his Fabrial and it's like fiddling with it. It's something's
Shiny.
interesting is going on. But of course, I interrupted you. My apologies. Here, he goes up to one of the cupboards. He opens it, takes out some papers, and he hands one to everybody. All right. Please fill out this designation form with your name, status, those types of things. I collect them for everyone that I meet. And of course, I will write for you. Just let me know.
Naram, I don't know how familiar you might be in character with these people. You would expect in these lands, being a diplomat, if you have any kind of
Yeah,
training and
they can't
expectation of
write.
arrival,
Yeah.
yeah, they are completely illiterate, and you don't know what to expect from the Parshmen.
Yeah, so Naram has them. He doesn't pass them out, but he's going to write them down. So he's like, okay, Loon. All right, what's your place of origin?
Yes, I am Luna Makani Akivaka, but you can call me Loon, and I come from the Horneater Peaks.
Can I get that one more time, please?
You could just call me Loon. It's easier. It's all right.
Okay, all right, thank you. Good places, good places. And it'll turn to Valdis. May we be introduced?
My name is Valdis. I do mercenary work. I am of little significance to anyone.
Oh, I'm sure that's not so. I just saw you fight for your friend. I'm sure he cared very much about you.
He owed me money.
Well, then he definitely cared about you, didn't he?
That dead guy out there sure felt that you were significant.
Sometimes the easiest way to die is to stub your toe on a rock in the road and trip. I just happen to be a really skillful rock.
Wise words indeed. And then he'll turn to Coxie, and he's not quite sure how to broach the subject. And what is your name? And he kind of turns his tone into almost as if he was speaking to a child.
So she'll kind of, she's glancing around. Definitely any Fabrial she will be kind of like focusing curiously on. But then she'll kind of, I am Coxie. I'm sent here right now to study, and I suppose traveling with Tazo was a failure, but I'm still here.
I'm taking care of her. He raises his hand. Valdis does.
Yes, we paid him for that.
In your
He's not
tone,
paid.
Valdis, is that simply informational, or do you put an edge to it? Like, is there a protective, don't get any ideas, buddy, kind of tone to that delivery?
There's a little bit of that edge to it, like, if you want to poke this bear, you're going to go through me.
Nice. Okay.
I feel like after your display in the storm, that edge likely is what's the word I'm thinking of?
Sharper?
Maybe like you don't necessarily need to emphasize the edge. It just sort of comes out that way because, they've seen you in battle.
Okay. Who sent you? Because he's like, no one would ever send a Parshman to go study something. So it's like figuring out what's happening here.
Vexla, she was in charge of our party.
I think Loon at this point would lean in and just be like, I believe it's Parshendi, not Parshman?
We are the listeners.
Our arm is scribbling furiously.
If you're looking for more context, there were 3 groups. Loon's group had come out of a catacomb of some kind that they were investigating before the storm was supposed to hit. I and Tazo had made our way, after picking him up from an inn, to bring him out here to study Fabrials and various things he was looking for. Managed to cross paths with Loon's group and the Parshindi group, and we managed to not murder each other in the first few seconds and have an actual dialogue, which was astounding to me. But I was excited about that option, mainly because I hadn't eaten yet. And I don't want to die on an empty stomach. That's just horrible. So we managed to be willing to show, as a cultural exchange, Coxie some things in exchange for her to bring back to her people, and maybe we could avoid a war. Or
There's already
stop
a war.
one. Stop one. Maybe if we talk a little bit more rather than stabby, because I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty good at stabby, and it's not always easy to sleep after that.
We'll see how I do later tonight. Of course.
I don't
I
envy you.
very much agree. That is, in fact, kind of what I've dedicated my life trying to achieve. Being able to find paths forward that do not require violence. I'm very grateful. Was there like a person in charge of mediating that situation?
Coxie, is it okay to tell them your leader's name? I'm not sure how this works.
I think she already did.
She did.
Did she?
Oh.
Vex?
Yes, her name was Vexla. She's not quite our leader. She was just in charge of the group that was searching the ruins.
Our group was led by Lady Elia, Bright Eyes Lady that was looking to study the ruins that we uncovered, or that were uncovered by the last high storm.
Oh, Charming, Kate, bright eyes. And Naram is just soaking up all of this information, being a good little studious person. So, quick matter. I think I saw for the fortune of a kingdom out there. Where did the shard blade come from?
So in
Uh,
I think-
theory,
I think your god sent it, if I understand correctly.
There is a man in one of those other carts who may or may not be quite mad.
Oh,
Who claims to be the Herald of War.
and in
Yeah,
theory,
he
that's his
does.
honor blade.
And that may be
Honor
his
blade.
honor blade.
Okay.
It's been a weird day.
That is what
Yeah.
Tazo believed, and he gave his life for that belief.
I guess that does lend it some weight. But the deception, like, who would stand to gain? Are they trying to create rumors of a desolation to destabilize things and start spiraling, trying to think about political ramifications of why someone might want people to think this?
I'm going to propose a really weird thought. And just so we're clear, good at stabby, not a lord, not anything else, just really good at stabby stuff. And when you start getting really good at stabby stuff, you tend to try to look for the lowest, simplest answer for a lot of things. And the one you might just want to, even if you don't believe it, keep it in the back of your mind. What if everything's real? And that's really the Herald, and you really saw a shard blade that may be an honor blade. And we have to recover it and connect that honor blade to the person in the cart so that they can help us avoid a desolation that is on the way.
Counterpoint,
Sure.
that is Tal Nel Elin, one of our gods. I would not like that to be one of my gods, to put it shortly. I would have some. It's not very godly at the moment.
Probably because he doesn't have his godly implement, which is out in the desert being absconded with by people with weird sigils on their face.
Loon is, I think, unaware of all of the details of whatever it is that Naram might believe. Just generally not super familiar with details about other religions in general. So we'll probably lean in to ask more prodding questions. What do you mean? Please explain.
He will turn and look at him, and for the first time, in all the confusion of the darkness and the storm, you really get a good look at his eyes, and they're kind of a light orange color. He has light eyes, which would mean in a Alethi society he would be of higher caste. Not an Azish society, though. Oh, I am from the Azish Empire, and we do not worship in the way they do in these lands. We are not Vorin. You see me right. We believe in Yazir. You know him as Yezrian, King of the Heralds. He is God Almighty, the Almighty. You do not. So the main difference is the Azish believe the heralds are actual gods, and then Vorinism, they're seen more as heralds of the Almighty God. Angels or archangels, as it were.
Loon is going to nod along like he's listening, and then say, "Yes, but why is him being a god bad? I don't understand."
If you saw if you saw deity muttering to themselves in a cabin, you'd be rather concerned about the state of the world, wouldn't you?
Yes, yes, this does make sense. Yes.
To be fair, I'm concerned about the state of the world roughly every 24 hours when I don't get food.
Mm, mm. Oh, I am such a poor host to have not offered refreshments. My deepest apologies. You can go, and I'm afraid it's not much. We are traveling light, but I do have some uh, here. And he brings out, and they are some cooked grains that have been kind of dried afterwards, lightly sweetened with there's got to be some kind of Kremling bug that makes sweet stuff, right? So
Jelly
lightly
creme.
sweetened, kind of like a granola bar.
Sounds fantastic.
He hands those out.
Mm.
I would recommend Coxie. I'm very fascinated by your status. Your people call themselves the listener, not the Parshendi. All right, and I still make questions for you, but we are all tired. We should rest. I would advise to perhaps act as one of your. It's insulting to say your kin. The Parshmen we're familiar with around these guards. They have spent a lot of time, I'm sure you're very well, at war with your people, and it would not be good if they knew.
She'll kind of once again hum to a thing you're probably not familiar with, and be like, yes, I'm familiar with the war amongst our people, which is why I must admit I'm not upset that the weapon of your gods has disappeared from the hands of the Cullens.
Yeah.
But I've been
Yeah,
trying to not be noticed.
yeah, that was definitely a Shar blade. I don't know if it was an honor blade. Either way, it's a really big deal. They don't seem too upset about it, so they don't know. I'm just very curious where it came from in general. Do you know where they actually got it? Because all I saw was him holding it there.
No, we saw just about as much as you, I believe. We came upon the scene. He was stabbed, and they were holding the honor blade. He seemed to sense it, to know what direction it was in. He seemed to know that they had it, and went in that direction.
To be fair, the Cullen warriors did believe that they had it, related to the man you think might be one of your heralds.
I think it's entirely possible they're trying to use the person who is reciting those items, whether or not he's the actual herald. I'm not trying to debate. But they might be using him to try to find the honor blade for whatever purpose they have in mind.
Can I have everyone roll their insight?
Scrolling up. There it is. I see it now. Okay.
Nice roll by Loon.
Very insightful. Here we go. Here's the high rolls.
I did better than I thought.
So, and actually, that progression really does make sense as how it falls out, as far as Naram being a little bit furthest from the earlier skirmish. The bandits did appear on the north side, kind of in the vicinity of that locked wagon. Also, too, there aren't a bunch of guards who are protecting the coach from the crazy man who claims to be a herald. There are definitely troops who are very actively defending that locked wagon. So it would have to hold something of immense value, um, perhaps along the vein of a shard blade or something of its
They
like.
didn't do a good job.
Well, that remains to be discussed. Obviously, somebody dropped the ball. But yeah, for all of the hullabaloo that is given to that locked wagon, it's likely that the the whole skirmish and everything that you guys had arrived late to, and then when you brought back word of it, Tazo was like, "Oh crap, they stole the sword," and he went chasing off after him. That was his own insight and kind of picking up on the situation there. As you guys have the opportunity to kind of discuss and reflect, likely that whole thing was centered around the wagon. Somehow, whether it was by ruse or by force, they were able to acquire that shard blade, which then led to Tazo running into the high storm.
He
It
must have
may need
realized
to
it was
be
on the wagon
investigated
and then
further to
ran
get
when.
confirmation, but yeah.
I bet you that. Loon, you still have the stone, right?
Yes, I do, and I pull it out of my pocket. I hold on to it, and I sort of give it a rub between my fingers.
Does it feel like it's pulling in any direction?
Uh, I
It
have not
does.
been told, so I don't know.
It does
Should I do an
not.
insight check?
It is. It
No?
is
Okay.
warm, but it is totally still in the moment.
I will. I'll tell them that then. Yeah. It is. It's not pulling, but it is warm, and something spoke to me earlier. A spren, perhaps. But I
Oh,
could not
that
see them.
voice.
Could
That
only hear
voice
them.
was heard by everyone. It
Oh,
said,
was it heard by everyone?
"Oh yes,
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought it was kind of just a hen thing.
oh yeah." The voice was heard from everyone, and it said, "This oath you will not break."
So
Okay.
we got to
Well,
go
then
get the
everybody.
blade back.
Yeah. So I'm telling them, it's not pulling in any direction, but it is warm. And you heard I made an oath, and I must keep it.
Oh,
I will be going for that blade.
I will
Tazo
be
had
right there with
spoken
you as he
about.
pats the dagger.
Oh yes, promises made. Um, Tazo very specifically mentioned seeking out lists in the war camps,
Just
Oh
which
yes.
happens to be where the caravan's headed, conveniently.
just so I know, if your oath is to seek out this blade, what do you intend to do with it afterward?
That's a good question. I am currently not sure
I have an
because
idea.
First
uh,
things first, we got this guy not sure. He's gonna fix
So
everything.
he's gonna fix
I got
everything. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I got a rough plan for you.
Well,
Um,
you could always go marry a queen with it.
oddly, that wasn't part of the plan.
I'm glad Mary Queen top of the list.
Uh,
Now,
Yeah.
incidentally,
I love
I
that
was excited
response
that
from
apparently
Narab.
um, my plan is to get the sword and break Talum out of the wagon he's in and put the two of them together and then watch everybody's world just upend itself.
I
Madman,
mean,
Shardblade, maybe not a good combination.
although I enjoy the idea of the chaos, I don't like the idea of the Herald of War aimed at my people.
I'm not necessarily saying aim them at your people. I'm just saying proving that the Herald of War exists and is not a fake. Because with everything that's gone wrong today, and frankly the last week and a half, I'm finding that the wildest answer may actually be the accurate one.
Hmm. I get the feeling that putting perhaps one of the most dangerous weapons in the entire world in the hands of a madman uh, is a danger to anybody within miles of him.
Okay, so my plan B is to keep it because I've actually been trained on how to use them.
Um,
How?
My teacher.
Details?
I was trained on how to use a shard blade.
Yeah, but who's your teacher? How did he have a shard blade?
You'll notice that he has bright blue eyes. I was raised in a noble family, and until my sister came along, I was the person they were propping up to, learn stuff and do things. Then my sister came into the picture, and she's, I think, currently getting ready to be wed to some uppity something something. And then I was just cast aside. But my teacher kept training me, and
What dawn are you? He says as he notes your Elidice.
Brian,
No.
that's like, which level of status do you hold in
okay.
That's
in
a
society?
caste system
Yeah,
clarification.
which level of the cast? Yeah.
He looks at Naram and says, "It's really not important. My parents don't want me anymore."
Ouch. So
Well?
Naram, you'll be able to pick up even without a roll, like Valdis's demeanor changes. There's obviously a very deep-rooted pain that he feels from his upbringing and status, as it were. It is a sensitive subject that your diplomatic eye will be able to pick up on.
Okay, yeah. It's like, okay. Not a conversation to have right now. All right.
Uh, Luna's going to like awkwardly lean his head in and be like, "Well, my plan when I got the shard blade, the honor blade, is probably to take it back to the peaks, because it would be a very great boon for my clan to obtain a shard blade."
I'm sure it would.
Goes without saying.
And I think Tazo wanted it returned to the protectors out in where he came from.
Shinobar, yes.
Coxie will just shrug, and as long as it's not going to the Alethi, I support this plan.
I personally don't have an objection to letting the people of Loon's breeding have a chance at the blade, or barring that, taking it to Shinobar on the other side of the continent. I certainly have no great interest in making the Alethi warlords.
Of course, all of the good plans are not if you cannot locate and acquire said blade.
Yes. Lune is going to ask Baldus because Baldus spent the most time with the monk, and ask him if he mentioned anything about the shard blade prior, or was he like I don't know, super into like
Entire
actually
order-
getting it back there, like for a really good reason, or was it mostly just to like don't let the Alethi have it, or what exactly was?
It sounds like the order he belonged to from his land in Shinovar, that is their purpose, is collecting and protecting the shard blades of the heralds, so that they can't be misused by mortals.
Until what time?
I would assume the coming desolation.
And the arrival of a herald, as he saw it, would be a sign of the coming desolation, would it not?
It seemed to invigorate him in ways I had not seen prior, despite the fact he still had a broken arm, ran into a oncoming storm that is going on outside with no regard for what that might do to him.
So I'm curious if the realization of the herald would have changed his answer at all.
I apologize. I really tried to get him to stay with us, but at a certain point I realized it was either I can help him or I could help you in that fight.
I understand. Nobody's blaming you.
No.
You did everything you could.
I will sleep fine tonight. That's not my concern. But I had to make a choice, and I made it. I don't regret my choices. They just sometimes they're not great, or don't make for good conversation topics.
Yes, I will. I must go find that blade as
You'll have my help.
as I oathed. But on our journey, I may have to ponder what would be the best use of such a weapon.
I look forward to future discourse about it. I can promise you one thing. Whatever our group decides, presuming Naram, you want to come with us, I will abide by whatever the decision the group makes.
Well, let's leave talks of future plans for the morrow and rest this night what we can. It's a bit cramped in here.
I have no problem sleeping outside.
In a high storm, you might.
Oh no, you guys can sleep in here. I'll just go under the wagon.
Oh, yeah, that could work.
Besides, even though he's clearly said he's had problems with female, he looks at Coxie and is like, I'd rather if someone's going to stay inside, it should be her. He just instantly defers to trying to make sure the women get the preferential treatment. That's the word. Keywords again.
Yes, despite the multiple negative experiences, it's very difficult to break away from your upbringing. Yeah.
She'll kind of, I think, a little bit like awkwardly, like shrug at that. It's like, it would not be the first high storm I've spent seeking shelter from the rain, so I would not worry about me.
Well, allow me to lead by example. Naram folds his arm, leans over, and closes his eyes.
Okay, I guess we're going to bed.
I do like that the compassion shown for the outsider from one to both of your knowledge is, I mean, a couple days ago was a sworn enemy. Kill on sight.
Yeah.
I have questionable love for my own people.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
It says so.
You
on
and your
my
people are
Facebook
in some
page.
sort of situationship, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And being treated like a human being as opposed to an object. He's pretty excited about meeting more Parshendi at this point.
You know, it's interesting you say that because she's not human. She might be treating you like like a listener, and maybe you prefer that.
I'm glad you said
Doesn't know.
that. That's the first thing I thought of. Like,
He just assumes those are either paint or weird markings. Maybe it's a ritual thing he doesn't understand. There's so much passing off like, nah, she's fine.
very talkative for a service person.
Like, I have absolutely not seen her try to eat a child once, so we're good.
Not yet.
Like, day's not over.
There haven't even been any children around here.
Details.
Meanwhile, I think Coxie in a high star is just like, goddamn life spread, stay away from me.
So he will simply gather up what he can and just go underneath. He will use that torn robe to simply put a sheet down to the ground and then lay on top of it underneath the wagon.
Oh, very good.
If he does that, like, Coxie's gonna stay indoors if she can, because why, get pelted by water, but she'll, like, set up the shield she took to, like, provide you some shielding or something.
Oh, that's nice. Thanks. Like,
It's very
here,
like...
Keep it off the face. Yeah, that's good.
It's very like, Sai, like, if you're gonna do this, here's the right way to do this.
Yeah. So you can definitely even use the shield to funnel the rain away so that it doesn't gather more water under there, so that as he sleeps, it doesn't get more muddy
Yeah.
and uncomfortable. Yeah.
Well, it comes from just one direction, so her people are pretty good at like, this is the direction it comes from. As long as you do this, you should be good.
Yeah.
Yep, like the band.
Oh god, I just got the joke.
All right. Well, as everyone falls off to slumber, they have an opportunity to further reflect inwardly on that which they've observed and experienced over the course of the last few days. Things are definitely picking up. There is definitely a very ominous feel, as if there are eyes upon you that you can't see, that something bigger is brewing here than a mere high storm. Can't help but shake that feeling of, even after the high storm subsides, the storm brought into your lives is likely just beginning. But with that thought, I am curious to hear more about your reflections and the like. They will lead to a number of things. Given the time of the evening, it is a good place for us to fade to black. I would like to know if you guys would like to collectively go over the advancement to level 2. If you would like that to be done off screen, we can communicate through Discord and the like. We could start our next session with us working on that together. That would include not only the leveling up and going through the opportunity for radiant paths, but also discussing the goals situation, which was previously alluded to. Would you like that
If
to
it,
be a group effort, or would you like us to aim for that to be completed off screen so as to jump into the action with our next session next week? What are your thoughts?
if I had the opportunity, I would want to make it a group effort because of how like new this whole system is, and just having more people give feedback on like, well, maybe this is a
Yes.
good goal or whatever.
Okay.
I think that'd be very helpful. We've got a lot of knowledgeable people in the group, so
Oh, absolutely. Both with knowledge of the setting and system and everything. All right. So given that, I don't ever like to assign homework because we're adults and that's douchey. I would definitely encourage you to look at, if nothing else, the potential paths of advancement, considering for those of you who have an interest in taking a radiant path. I know I've discussed Spren with a couple people, very specific entities. We might consider how their influence may have been subconscious thus far, if there are points throughout when perhaps a whisper was heard on the wind, some such and the like. As the opportunities to explore those paths are now opening up to us. I too, of course, will dig in deeper with it. Did a cursory review. Again, I don't know each ability of each path because it's a lot to remember amongst all of the new coming in. But I'll keep reviewing it, look at first level couple options. I know a couple of you alluded to the path that your character might take. Might consider, if you're still on course with that, if new ideas or events or anything have perhaps suggested taking a different route. But all things to kind of think about before coming together next week and diving into the deep end with that.
Okay.
sweet.
All right. I'll probably level up my character before then, but should
Have
be
a
fine.
pretty sure idea on the ways you want to go there.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I've been having a lot of fun reading through the books.
Oh yeah, there's a lot to take in. Yeah, and in so doing, perhaps you might offer perspective from having gone through the process and kind of guiding other thoughts and decisions made and the like.
Okay. Yep.
Cool. All right.
And
well,
I'll try to watch that YouTube video you sent me about Stormlight.
Oh yeah, it's again a generic historical overview. Um, the first half of it goes into the cosmology and the history and stuff, and then the latter half of it actually covers very specifically the events and characters of the books. And it's not spoilerly filled enough to ruin the experience of this adventure and this game at all, so don't worry about that.
Okay.
Alrighty then. Well, with that,
Yep. It's good to meet you all. I hope
Yeah.
you enjoyed
Nice
the
meeting
round.
you.
yeah,
Rom
He's
sounds
great.
fun.
yeah. Thanks for joining our group.
Oh, before you
Definitely
go
fine
though,
fitting.
like, how does payment exactly work?
Oh, I will send you a message. A flexible, couple angles to take. So yeah, I'll send you a DM after
Okay.
session here. Dive into that stuff.
Sounds good. I probably won't respond because I'm gonna go to sleep. But look out tomorrow.
All right, sounds great.
All right. Night, everybody.
All right,
All
have a
right.
great night,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Thank you.
See ya.